Hello there guys, my name is Jay or DA and welcome back to another episode of the Space Engineer Spotlights, where today we are looking at something that I absolutely adore, and it is Wildcard's Donnager class battleship take. So this ship is a take on the famous vessel in the Expanse called the Donnager, and it was an absolute beast of a ship. And if you haven't watched the Expanse yet, please go and educate yourself on some really good sci-fi. And yeah, this was an absolute badass craft, armed to the teeth. It was the newest and most advanced MCRN craft that they had, and it's such a really nice interpretation. Now he does actually state that on the workshop that this is purely an interpretation. It isn't a full one-to-one, but it's his own take on the ship using reference information as well as going with what space engineers can provide. Now, as you probably notice, yes, this is a little bit slow because this ship is a little bit big, and I think it's at a nice scale. I personally do. It's got everything you need in here. It has some really good facilities to keep itself going through long distance space travel, and it has lots and lots of weapons and armaments, which is really cool. Now, one of the things I really like about the Donnager is this sort of undershelf that is apparent on the ship, and this undershelf provides another platform for more turrets. So you've got turrets on the sides, turrets on the top, turrets in all different angles, and then you struggle to get any more on this plane. So what they've done is they added in a shelf here, which is kind of like the mouth of the ship, and what that allows for is it allows for you to sit these extra additional turrets in. And I really like the layering that's been put on this and the amount of detail that's been put onto this as well, to make it look as industrial as it did in the actual show. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to the back in some orderly fashion, and we'll have a gander around it from all aspects and all sides. And yeah, from the back we have loads of the industrial thrusters used. I think we even have, yeah, we have the Titan thrusters used, so that's how big this thing is. In fact, we have Titan thrusters being used, and this is quite remarkable and crazy, but really cool, and I like the epicosity of this ship. It's really nice, and again, it's well done with the details and whatever else. So I guess without further ado, it just means we have to go on inside. Now, there is a door just down the front, which is indicated just by this connector here, and this would be for an airlock or of some sort where you could hook up to a station or another vessel and you know, recharge and refuel and whatever else. So let us open up this door and move on in. Here we go. Gravity is again turned, so you might get a little bit confused with this craft. I'm sure I will. We do have all of the lights in this turned off as of now. I think that's more because of I genuinely think that is just more because of the size and the scale of it. And it is again, I'm running at about 50 frames here, and I'm walking through it slowly because Space Engineers naturally is slowing this down just to, you know, enable it to run a bit better. So yeah, which is nice, because at least we get to look at these things without too much frustration. We have this really nicely built airlock here. We have some tables and desks here because this is a modded craft. There is over 41 mods in this thing to make it look as detailed as it is. And then as we come to the other side, we do have there the other side of the airlock, and it's basically mirrored. So we have a door that goes this way. It says warning, fluctuating gravity zone beyond this point. So once we head through that door, it will start to pull us to where we think we need to go. And coming around here, there is there is another door. This door here, which I'm guessing is a very similar. Okay, it's like an access shaft. So what we'll do first is we'll go through the gravity well, and then we'll hopefully make our way back up here to go down that ladder, which will be nice. So let's open up this door, and here we go. So it did say fluctuating gravity beyond this point. So we open up that door. It did say the gravity was different, but that's just me. I don't know. Let's fly. Let's fly up. That's why, because this is just the innards of the vessel. So we have some smaller gyroscopes and the larger 2x2 gyroscopes, which are horrendously massive. And then we just have loads of other production blocks, and we even have, I think that's the nanobots mod, isn't it? Oh wow. Hello lights. The lights have all just come on as well. How nice. Cool. But yeah, this is like the nanobots mod, I think. So these would come around and repair the ship if it took damage and whatever in battle, which is a really nice mod to have. And I know Exastil actually did do Zockley, sorry, did a lot of playing around with that. I always call him Exastil, don't ask why. I'm strange like that. But anyway, so we do also have, if I try and figure out which way the gravity is facing, we do also have some more seating positions here with the Star Wars stuff on. I don't think there is an Expanse mod pack, which would be really, really nice, and I think the likes of Sectan would really need to get his hands on that, because I think he'd do a really good job of some of the Expanse stuff. And then we have doors that do indeed lead back outside of the ship. So this is yet another sort of airlocky kind of room, or it can be utilised as an airlock, which is cool. A little bit strange, but cool. Now, what we need to do is we actually came through this door upside down, and when we go back through, we will be the wrong way again. Just the gravity is just weird. Alright, let's head back through this door. And then what we want to do is we want to head back up that ladder now, which is just round this corner, isn't it? And then this should take us through to the other levels, which we should have access to normally. That's like a room that is special. It's a room purely for, you know, just general production or whatever else. Let's work through these levels one by one. So coming back through here, we have another sort of crew area, and we have like showers, decontamination or whatever. We even have more lockers and whatever, because this is a battleship. This is a ship designed to carry shitloads of people and also take down other ships, and it's such a beast of a craft, and the amount of weapons and armaments it has is just breathtakingly awesome. It's something that you'd want to see more of in the likes of Star Wars, for instance, because Star Wars, you know, some of the ships just need variation with guns, and this thing has it all. Now, coming down here, we have the area for crew sleeping, so this is where the crew could sleep. Now, I'm not too sure about having all these gyroscopes slapped inside here, because it's very, very messy. It's not the tidiest room in here, and these are black, and to me they should done a bit better with blending in these walls a little bit more, maybe using the 1 block to a quarter block slope, which would be nice to use, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's my only real gripe with this room. I'm not too keen. But now let's head on down. We do have this other sort of, I'm guessing this is just an addition to the other elevator shaft to allow better floating downwardsness. Alright, let's head on through to this room, which is we've got a projector, more gyros, absolutely more gyros, my sweet Jesus and Jesus land. Right, yeah, so we've got shitloads of gyros. This is why this thing is probably going to be an absolute mother to fly. And hovering further down, coming to this room, which I'm guessing is the sort of med bay. Yeah, the med bay. And what we have here is we have some ladders which take us up to the cryo chambers. Yes, we have ladders that take us up to the cryo chambers. These ladders you can actually climb up, which is good. I just don't really want to at the moment, because the animation, you have to click a button to get the animation to go, and I don't really want to do that. I could just float. But yeah, I like that ladders are in as a mod, but again, Keen, please just bring the ladders back, and I will continue on my merry way to building some really cool things again, because ladders are key. Because I mean, just you know, being able to just walk at them and climb up them like any other game would be just fantastic. But yeah, as a med bay goes, I kind of like this. We do have the gravity generator kind of sitting in here. I do kind of think that the the internals of the ship weren't really thought about until afterwards, which isn't a big problem. It just means certain things don't make that much sense, like where that gravity generator was at the time, and maybe they could be sort of perhaps buried in a little bit into the ship with a grate or something, so they're out of the way. But either way, we're going to head to the orange deck now, which is, I'm hoping, the sort of the bridge level. And I'm guessing that's what it is. Yes, we have the control room here, so we have like lots of screens and all these other doobries and thingamabobs and awesomeness. And we do have the chairs here for flying, so if we jumped in this seat, what we have is we have control up, I think. Let's just hit tab. Yes, we have control over the ship here, which means we are able to fly it. So if we push forwards, there we go. Titan engines doing a really good job of kicking us up to speed quite nicely. I'm just slowing down again now. Slows down, speeds up quite nicely, which is good. And then we have the weapons, of course. So we have 2, which is the rail guns, which kind of fire in like a consecutive line, which is nice. We then have 3, which is turning all the turrets on and off. We also have 4, which turns on the larger ones. And then we just have some other general controls over that, which is good. We also have a forward-facing camera. Forward-facing camera for flying that is already really far zoomed in. So that's really nice. So at least we can see what we're aiming at when we are using the railguns, which is cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's jump on out of the ship, and we'll sit in the other chair and see if the controls are any different. And what we got here. In here we have controls over the nav shields. Okay, so we do have some kind of shielding, that's cool. We can turn the shields on and off. Have the shield system, which you can turn on and off. Primary gun batteries, secondary gun batteries, torpedo launchers. Those sound cool. And then we've got some other odds and sods, other guns that we can fire, which again is nice. I like the amount of armaments this thing does carry. It's a shame that the game isn't really handling it that well because of the mods. I know if you took out all the mods and stripped it back to the bare game, it probably would run a lot faster, because I've seen ships this big run, you know, really well, and I am getting consistent frame rates now, which is good. It's just the fact that the game has had to slow down its sim speed to accommodate for that. Well, let's hover on down even further now. So now we've reached the bridge, we're down further, and what level is this? What we got inside these doors? We have living rooms and living quarters. Okay, so we've got TV, we got nice chairs here, workbenches, and we even have blast doors behind the windows, which I appreciate, because ships like these do need the defensive factor, like these blast shields, because big crafts like these tend to just work with glass. But the problem I have with that is once that glass level's gone, if you have anyone in the living quarters or whatever, you depressurize that one section, and thankfully the doors all close after a couple of seconds, which is a great little mod to put in, a great little bit of code in. But yeah, it's nice to see that everything's been thought of, and blast shields are critical for a craft like this, because it is a strategical vessel with some hard-hitting power, and it'd be a shame to cripple it by just shooting out the windows. It really would. I mean, I'm saying all this, but you don't really know how strong and tough the external doors are, but they do give some protection, at least to small arms fire and maybe an explosion or two. So we have a really nice kitchen and stuff in here, which is cool. So this is like its own self-contained living area. I'm guessing those bunks at the top would be for the troops that are dropping in or using the boarding pods to get into into other vessels and board other ships. But yeah, I really do like the amount of areas we've got here. And we also have doors here. Where do these go? Ooh, okay. I'm guessing these are private quarters for special someones. So private, in fact, that you have just a bed, shower and toilet all crammed into one room, and you can stare at, if you had a partner, you could stare at your partner while you're pooping. It's really, really important stuff we're talking about right here. Let's head on out, and I'm guessing this is the same, so I'm going to just peer in there. Yes, that's going to be the same. So that's kind of like the captain's quarters. This is like more posh. So they have all their odds and sods to hand rather than having to share them out with other people. And then if we hover on down to this floor, there are so many floors in this. And also I like how this ship's been designed in the same way as every other Expanse ship that I've seen. You have the Rocinante. The Rocinante is designed so that the ship sits horizontally, but everything's sort of augmented the other way, and it's really, really cool to see the same thing sort of worked on through. Now, the level I've actually come down to is the same level as the one above, so we're just going to move on down a bit further and skip that level, because I don't see that we need to jump in there if it's going to be the same stuff. And I'm kind of hoping... Okay, we have a bit of a cryo bay here. Cool. So, long distance travel, of course you're going to need some sort of cryo chambers to keep personnel on board inside, and you know, whatever else. And if you've got ill people and stuff, if you need to, you know, refill, if you've got too many people in the med bay, you can bring them all down here instead. You'd have to get them down the ladder and the gravity well, but that should be fun. But yeah, either way, let's head on down another floor. My god, so many floors to this thing, it's amazing. Let's have a good old floaty on down and see what levels we have to go. Ooh, we have a bit of a recreational room here. So we've got plants, we've got a very high ceiling with cargo, which is cool, so we can actually physically get into the cargo. Have a bit of a canteen area in here, and yeah, it's very, very open, which is nice. I'm not too sure on these exposed interior blocks, but then again, why can't we have sort of half, you know, sloped interior blocks? Because that'd be the next step forward with those, I think. So you have all the bars and all the tubes and stuff running through them. But we have a nice little kitchen area here, loads of seating either side, and then as you saw as we walked in, we have the you know, all the like ping pong and stuff like that. And weightlifting, because you always want to be lifting while you're on the Donnager. So there are a bunch of meatheads, the MCRN. So let's head on down to the next floor, which I'm kind of guessing could be similar, but by the looks of it, it isn't. So we have control blocks here, and then we also have like some windows. What are these windows looking out to? Ah, this is the hangar control room. So this is where we could put our boarding vessels and other small crafts. Awesome. So this is where we can look at all that from, and we've just gone full circle, so that door's closed. Now if we drop on down, this will slope us into the cargo area. And notice we do have a turret as well, and this turret is here strictly so if anyone that shouldn't be in this ship gets in here, they get absolutely master blasted before they even get to anything important, which is cool. So coming on down here, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? We have more bedroom areas, so for the engineering crew, I'd assume, to sort of sleep, you know, if they're that busy that they can't travel up the ship. And then I have some open space back here, which I'm guessing is probably just not really sure what to put here. So here's a big corridor. We've got another med bay, so we have a med bay close to the hangar area, so if we do take damage, we don't have to travel the entirety of the ship to get anywhere. We have a ladder which takes us down to somewhere, which I'll have to look at in a second. And then as we push around here, we should have the same thing mirrored. Yep, there's the ladder again, and then over here we have a bit of a food canteen area with some tables. What's round the back? What is... So we went one way, and there's a bunch of other ways we can go. Yes, this central section here. We have some doors that we can take. We also have some more. We also have like another slope we can jump down. No, showering areas there as well. So that's the showers for those bedrooms that we keep looking and bumping into. Yep, more showers. And yeah, we do have those ladders to head down, but I'm guessing those ladders will take us to the same places. By the looks of it, we have a lot of walking to do. Sweet Jesus. I'm guessing these are going to be the same yet again for crew members. What's this? It's a doorway that can take you down further. So that's the airlock. So that's probably where you get into you know, the rest of the vessel. I also like how well he's used these small spaces and managed to put the actual oxygen in there, because oxygen's a big problem for ships like this. And I've always had problems with ships like this where it's like, well, how am I meant to get these 50 rooms connected up with oxygen? Just how? And it does become a big question. Now we have just dropped down here, and into this room we have I think it's production, and yeah, so have like general production, engines, yep, reactors, and then what else is over here? Is this just a giant reactor room? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is just a giant reactor room. Just heads. Wow, that's really cool. It's massive. And then if we drop down another level, this is just dropping through the reactors. Yes, we have like stacked reactors. So we have 8 reactors in total, which is quite a lot of power. And then we also have these jump drives, which we have 1, 2, and I'm guessing there would be some more on this side. No, we have batteries over there. Okay, so that's like its own sectioned area. So we have 2 jump drives all in all, so we can warp everywhere if we really needed to. And then jumping further down, this ship just keeps on going. We have more jump drives, so we have 4 jump drives, sweet niblets, and more reactory stuff, which I actually think there's more stacks of reactors. Jesus, my God. How many? Oh my God, look at how far it goes. And we have hydrogen storage down here. We have production elements, oxygen storage. What else is down here? These are the refineries. I'm going to try and blast through these rooms because I don't feel like they need to be looked at too deeply, because you can kind of see them as I'm floating through them. And then right at the bottom, I'm hoping, yeah, right at the bottom, we hit rock bottom here, and we have lots more storage, loads more gyroscopes, and loads more hydrogen storage yet again, because this thing can produce its own hydrogen, and it means it's very, very self-sufficient, which is good. Now we're just going to fly all the way back up to the top, because I could use the ladder, but the ladder's going to take me about 50 million years to climb up. I mean, me personally, I just love ladders for immersiveness, but for situations like this where I'm going to have to climb about 50 million ladders, I really don't want to do that, so I'm just going to fly. Alright then. And now we're back up onto, let's call it solid land. We do have those black ladders that were around the corners, didn't we? And those black ladders, I can only assume, take us to the hangar, because that's the one place we haven't actually gone to yet. Where are they? Around here? Just tucked away in the corner, yeah. So it's where the black ceiling kicks in. And that was the first level up there, and then if we drop down, where's this going to take us? This is going to take us to the top floor of... Oh, okay. So this also takes us to this top floor. Right, okay, well we need to head up a little bit further then. And if we head up a little bit further, there should be some damn access to the freaking hangar bay. And then I can escape out of this ship that's causing me to look like I'm in slow motion forever. Right then, where is that door? Where is that door? It's around here somewhere, yeah. So if we head back up here, we should see a room, and that room we should be looking down at the hangar bay. And let's there we go. And then here we are. So where was that room? Where were we? Where were we? So this hangar bay splits out into 2 different areas. We were up there and we were looking directly down at this area. It's a little bit of a maze at that point, but it's not too bad. But yeah, Jesus, this is a really nice, well, I say well kitted. You've got access to your you know, everything you need in here. We just need to open the doors up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to go control panel and hangar doors. There we go. And we're just going to go hangar doors, and we're going to go open. And depressurize the crap out of the ship. But yeah, there we go, we're out. The only other thing we really might want to do is just crash this a little bit. And also perks for making those hangar doors fit into the general design of the ship. That's really cool. I only got one layer of armor on the sides, and if this thing is expected to take a lot of damage, don't think it would fare too well. But it's not too bad. And then we also have some storage, some like shelvy bits down here for perhaps parts and spare parts and whatever parts you need for fixing your ships up. I hope you guys have enjoyed me looking through the Donnager. If you have, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't, you know where the button is. Sorry the video has been a bit long. Hopefully though you guys have enjoyed and want to build some ships of your own from films or TV series. We have Alien Covenant coming out soon, 12th of May, and yeah, so there'll be a lot more ships that you'll be able to look at and build from in that series of, well, in that movie anyway. So yeah, it'd be really cool. And I really love seeing some of these recreations, because I used to do some myself back in the day, and I haven't really returned to doing them as yet. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing them when I did do them, and it's fun. So thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed this build, go and check it on the workshop. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching ever so much, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!